Welcome back to the Lose Weight by Eating podcast. I'm Audrey Johns, and if you are watching on YouTube, yes, I am wearing the same sweater as last week, and it's because I'm recording both back to back. I took this week off from work, something I so very much needed. So let's get into this week's episode of Stop Saying I'm Fat, or I Look Fat, or I Feel Fat. It's time to stop putting ourselves down. So, what I want to first talk about is the golden rule. Would you tell your best friend you look really fat today? I'm really asking you that question. I want you to think about it. Would you tell a friend, a coworker, your child, your boss, you look really bad today? You look really fat today. You look really bloated today. Would you say that? No. But we do it to ourselves. This is becoming a problem, everyone. You are not fat. You may have fat, but you are not fat. If you wouldn't say it to a friend or to your boss or to your kid, or if you wouldn't post that exact phrase on Facebook or on Instagram or on Twitter, you shouldn't be saying it to yourself. And this week, what I really want to do is I want us to really think about how our words affect ourselves. Weight loss is hard enough, and weight maintenance is hard enough. Putting ourselves down, we don't need that. We don't need to add difficulty on top of difficulty. So let's start loving ourselves. Let's start being a little bit more kind to ourselves. Let's start using positive words on ourselves. So I struggle with this as well. And I wanted to do a little bit of research so that I could really talk to you about the background of speech and our brain, because it definitely does affect our brains. So I did some research and I found some medical documentation out there, and I am going to read, I'm paraphrasing it, but I did, kind of type it out from a medical journal. Negative words are known to activate the amygdala, which is the region of the brain responsible for the production of stress hormones. Let me say that again. Negative words activate the amygdala, which produces stress hormones. I'm going to finish the rest of it. Overstimulation of the amygdala can cause high levels of stress, and to some extent, it can lead to chronic cases of depression. So if you are dealing with stress, depression, anxiety, I want you to take a step back and think about, how am I talking about myself? Because maybe, you cannot control what others might say about you, but you can control what you say about you. You may be inadvertently causing stress hormones in your body. And as we all know, cortisol, stress hormones cause weight gain. You see how this is all I'm putting this all together for you because I was so excited to find this medical research, and I'm going to hold myself way more accountable this week as well. But by saying I look fat, you're creating stress hormones in your body that create fat. You're essentially adding on top of it. We've got to stop talking about ourselves like this. It's counterproductive. It's definitely not good. And self-deprecation, come on, ladies out there, we need to stop. We don't need to put ourselves down to make everyone else feel a little bit more comfortable. It's okay that you're a badass. And I'm sorry I'm cursing on this podcast. Typically save it for the other one. But you're amazing, and you don't need to put yourself down. Even if you don't feel great about yourself today, you're only going to hurt yourself. You're only going to make it worse. You're going to end up gaining more weight. So says the medical journal here that I found it, just by saying the words, I look fat today, or I feel fat today, or I look fat in that outfit. So since we talked about the negative aspect, I'd like to counterbalance that with the positive words. And I also did some medical research on this as well. And what I found was positive words stimulate frontal lobe activity. This promotes cognitive functioning and physical performance. So your brain works better. You're going to be better at work. And when you say positive words, your physical performance is better. So by saying, I look good today. I did my eyeliner, which I'm totally looking at in the camera. I did my eyeliner so good today, or I love this outfit, or I'm proud of how hard I'm working, can actually help you exercise better, can make you smarter. So let's just, I'm sorry, I'm really animated about this if you guys are watching, because this was so eye-opening for me. Like, I knew that talking bad about ourselves was bad and counterproductive. And geez, it's already hard enough. Why do we need to make it harder? But I did not realize until I found in medical journals that negative words will create the stress hormones that will make you heavier and make you gain weight and cause depression. And positive words make you smarter and help you work out harder and have better physical performance. This is just so amazing. So if nothing else, if you take nothing else from this, and if you want to look up the medical journals yourself, just go to Google and type in how do negative words affect you and how do positive words affect you. And you'll find all of the stuff that I found, because those were the keywords that I typed in. So what you say about yourself matters. I believe in manifesting. That might be a little bit too new agey for some of you, but I'm all about manifesting the good things. If you don't believe in it, still, weight loss is hard enough. Putting yourself down is not helpful. So if you do believe in manifesting, you are essentially, when you call yourself, well, I look fat today, or I feel fat today, or this outfit makes me look fat, you are manifesting weight gain. You're doing exactly the opposite of what you want to do. And if you don't believe in manifesting, that's fine. I know it might sound hokey to some of you. Stop making your job harder. If nothing else, you're making weight loss and weight maintenance and eating healthy and even just feeling good about yourself harder by using these negative words. And it's not just you. Your negative words affect others. Think about your kids. I have a few stories to tell you on this. When I was growing up, I had a very close friend, and her mother was like a second mom to me. And her mother was completely obsessed with her weight, like to a very unhealthy level, and was always saying, I look fat, I look ugly. This makes me look fat. That makes me look fat. Do I look fat in this? These were the words she was using. This friend of mine ended up with such a bad case of just starving herself that she never developed. She didn't get her period until she was in her 20s. She stunted her growth by starving herself so much because of what she had learned from her mom. Now, am I blaming her mom? No. I am most definitely not blaming this wonderful woman. She didn't understand what she was doing. She was just doing what she had always seen. This is every single generation. We keep doing this to ourselves, to our girls. And it's time to stop that. It's time to say, I'm not crazy about these jeans. I don't feel comfortable. I'm going to go change into a different pair. That's so much better than saying, I look fat in these jeans. I don't feel confident. This is bad for our girls. But how is it bad for our boys? They are going to have this expectation of what a woman should look like. And so they're going to be searching for perfection, never find it, and end up alone. So it hurts our kids. And And with that said, and I want to be careful. I know I'm saying boys and girls, and pronouns are a big thing right now. Kids in general, we need to stop giving our kids this, I don't want to use the word gift, this burden. Let's stop passing it on. Let's stop it at our generation. Let's stop passing on the I look fat burden. And let's show them something positive. Mommy is really proud of herself today because she got all of her work done for the week and recorded 2 podcast episodes. That's what I'm going to say to my kid when I pick her up from school today. I am trying to say out loud, not just for my kid, but also for me. But hell, if you have to do it for your kid, it'll still benefit you. So if that's how you have to get around it, that works for me too. But I'm trying to say out loud the things that will actually help her later on. Here's why I'm proud of myself. I did this, 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 and this. I feel really strong in this outfit. This color looks great on me. I'm so happy. We have gotten to a point as women that giving ourselves compliments seems dirty. It seems, and I don't mean dirty like, I mean insincere. Like we have, like narcissistic. And it's not. It's not. If you would tell your friend, wow, you did your makeup so great today, or that sweater is a great color on you, or like, wow, your hair looks so great, or I am so proud of you, you ran that marathon. We should be able to say it to ourselves too, right? But as women, it's gotten to the point that even just saying, I'm so proud of myself because I ran a marathon, people are like, you know what, honey, shut up. But we could say it to someone else. So we need to start giving ourselves compliments, and we need to start allowing women to give themselves compliments. So if you're a man listening, and I doubt it because you're not really my base of listeners, but if you are a man and you're listening or you're watching, I want to challenge you to tell the women in your life, I would really love it if I heard you compliment yourself more. That's a way you can help right now. And women, I want you to compliment yourself more. I don't care what the compliment is. I cooked a damn good dinner tonight. I made an amazing indentation in the couch this weekend when I gave myself some much needed rest. I don't care what it is. I want you to give yourself a compliment. I want you to give yourself a compliment right now. And my compliment's going to be, I cleaned my kitchen before I made this podcast and it looks damn good. All right, now your turn. I know I'm leaving an uncomfortable pause because I'm asking you to give yourself a compliment right now. If you're driving in the car, give yourself a compliment. If you're listening at work, give yourself a compliment. And since we're talking about how it affects others, we've talked about your kids, let's talk about your significant other. No one, except for maybe abusers, are attracted to low self-esteem. Confidence is sexy. There's nothing sexier than confidence. Think about it. You put on your favorite dress and you just walk different. You put on your favorite pair of jeans and you just feel more confident and you know you're strutting it. Your makeup is spot on. Your car is clean, whatever it is. Confidence is sexy. So for your significant other, stop saying these deprecating words around them. Stop it for them, stop it for you. It is not going to help your relationship. And for those hearing those words from their significant other, say, you know what? I don't know if you're looking for a compliment or not, but I really don't like it when you put yourself down. Please don't put the person that I love the most down. I told my partner the other day, again, I'm going to curse on this podcast, I'm so sorry, but I said, stop talking shit about my partner. And he kind of, what? And then he realized, if somebody told you that your best friend was like, she looks really fat in that dress, you'd be like, what the hell? That's not okay. You can't say that about my friend. Well, I want you to hold your partner accountable. That's not okay. You can't talk about the person I love the most like that. So, if you're listening to this as a couple, or if you're a female listening to this and you want your significant other to hold you accountable, tell them, I want you to hold me accountable. The next time I put myself down, I want you to tell me you're not allowed to talk about the person I love the most like that. Does that all make sense? I hope it does. So let's change the words that we use on ourselves. And if you were listening a couple of podcast episodes ago, I had my friend Wendy on, and Wendy had a really great tip that anytime that she does something like put herself down, she always wears a like a stretchy bracelet or a rubber band for her hair on her wrist, and she'll snap it. And it's just enough to kind of pull you out of it. And that's a really great tip. I don't want to take credit for it, and that's why I say it was Wendy. And please do listen to the One Day Diet, because she has got quite a lot of insight. But let's go on the offense, right? There's offense and there's defense. Here's how we can handle the words that we use on ourselves. For offense, start positive affirmations in the morning. And I mean, I kind of giggled as I was saying it because I can't help but think about the old Saturday Night Live, you're good enough, you're smart enough, and doggone it, people like you. Positive affirmations are so great. And if you feel silly saying them out loud, that's okay. Say them in your head to start. Write them on a sticky note and put them on your mirror. But let's go on the offense. We're going to catch ourselves saying bad things about ourselves. This is going to be a progression. It's not going to happen overnight. But we can go on the offense and we can start complimenting ourselves first thing in the morning. Let's start with that. Look in the mirror and say, you worked really hard last week. I'm really proud of you. You look really beautiful today. You cooked your family a great, healthy meal last night. I'm really proud of you. Find 3 things, and they don't have to be about your looks. Because if you're not feeling confident in that area, I know that's just going to be difficult. Find other things. You're doing a great job at work. You got all the laundry done for the entire family this week. That's amazing. Give yourself a pat on the back. These are things that I would say to you. So now I want you to say them to you. So when you wake up in the morning and you go to brush your teeth, I want you to look in the mirror. And first I want you to smile. Smile at yourself. Just think about when you see, somebody out and about and they kind of give you resting bitch face. You're like, well, screw you. But when somebody smiles at you, you smile. It brightens your day. So first thing I want you to do is I want you to get up, go to the mirror, smile at yourself. And then I want you to, if you can, out loud, give yourself 3 compliments. Or if that seems a little too weird, or maybe you've got somebody else on the other side of the door and you don't want them to hear you, I get it. Just say them in your head. That's enough. If you find that this is difficult to do it consistently every single day, then either put a reminder on your phone. So say, for instance, your phone goes off at 6:30 every morning to wake up. I want you to set a reminder at 6:32, 2 minutes after you wake up, positive affirmations. So that by the time you're just starting to wake up, I have got to get this done. This is the first thing I need to do. So this is how we can be on the offense. Defense is going to be a little bit harder, but why not start with offense, right? Why not start our day positive? No harm can come from this. And if you feel silly, whatever, at least you're not calling yourself fat first thing in the morning. So, defense. When you catch yourself saying these negative words, I recommend correcting yourself and point out something you love. So if you're like, man, my hair is dirty, I really wish I hadn't done this podcast with dirty hair today, I can say, wow, you washed your hair so well 2 days ago. It still kind of looks okay to be camera ready today. Change the narrative, right? So anytime you catch yourself saying something negative about yourself, I want you to stop, back up, and give yourself a compliment. Now, that does not have to be, tit for tat. It doesn't have to be, oh, I look fat, no, I look skinny. It doesn't have to be like that. It can be, you catch yourself saying something negative and then you say, you know what, I'm really showing up for my kids this week. I'm really proud of myself. Or I didn't lose my cool when my kid was crying over her math homework last night. I'm really proud of myself. So if you have to, write down a list of everything that you're proud of yourself this week, and put it in the notes of your phone. Or put them on sticky notes and put them on your bathroom mirror. And remind yourself on a daily basis that you are amazing. Your value does not come from what you look like. And I know as women, and especially women in my age group and older, we were taught that. Gotta look pretty. Gotta find a husband. Right? But we need to stop this. We need to change this narrative. My value does not come from what I look like. My value comes from what I try to give to the world. I'm here doing these weekly podcasts for free. They are not monetized yet, but I give out free information on a daily basis. I want to help people. This is where my value comes from. This is how I feel good about myself. And you need to find a different thing that makes you feel good about yourself. Another great thing to do is, and I'm going back to Wendy's amazing book, which is called The One Day Diet. Another great thing to do is write yourself a love letter. So pretend like you're writing it to your significant other or to your kids, and tell them everything that you love about them. I love how you take great care of the kids, honey. And I love how you step up and help out around the house when I can't. Or to the kids, I love how hard you work. I love the people or the person that you're becoming. You make me proud every single day. Then I want you to take out another piece of paper and I want you to rewrite it. But I want you to write your name in instead of theirs. Or I, or me. Write yourself a love letter. And it might be easier to write it out to someone else and then either erase out their names and write yours in, or if you're doing it on a phone or you're doing it on a device, you can easily just, change it up. And try that. And that might be another great way to find things about yourself that you really, really love. So this week, I'd like to challenge you to write down 10 things about yourself that you're proud of. And if you have a hard time with that, put it down for a moment and maybe write a list of what makes you proud of your significant other or your kids or even your best friend. Because more often than not, we mirror ourselves. And I will tell you what I really feel about myself. And that's just the human condition. And so maybe if you're having a hard time with that list of 10 things that you just love about yourself, write a list of 10 things you love about your spouse or your significant other or your mom or your dad or your teacher or just somebody, anybody. And then look down that list and you go, well, I do that too. And I do that. And you can move them over to your list. It's time to start telling ourselves how completely amazing we are. And if we've lost sight of all of this, I'm going to scroll back up to the top of my notes. This episode is about, I'm going to stop telling myself that I look fat, because negative words are known to activate the amygdala, which is the region of the brain responsible for the production of stress hormones. Overstimulation of the amygdala can cause high levels of stress and to some extent can lead to chronic cases of depression. Calling yourself fat will make you fatter. Calling yourself fat will create depression. Calling yourself fat will make you more stressed out. None of these things we want. So we need to stop it. This is something we can control. We can't control everything in our lives, right? You can control how you talk about yourself. Now back to positive words. And I know I'm repeating myself, but I really want to end this on a strong note. How positive words affect you. Positive words stimulate the frontal lobe activity, which promotes cognitive functioning and physical performance. Positive words make you a better person. They make you smarter, quicker to think, make you stronger in your physical performance so you can show up better for your kids, work out harder. So if nothing else, you can lose weight just by changing this one tiny thing. It's free. It doesn't take any time. And try it for a week. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Please let me know below in the comments. I will leave you lots of great information in the show notes. I really want to hear from you. How did this week go for you? And it's okay if you catch yourself saying these bad things. Just say, you know what? No, I'm not going to say that about myself. And then give yourself a compliment. Every time that you accidentally put yourself down, it's going to be an opportunity to give yourself a compliment. Okay, so I hope that this has been helpful. Please listen to more episodes of the Lose Weight by Eating podcast. If this was inspirational to you, or if you want to learn more, definitely check out the One Day Diet with Wendy Pearson. The episode was two episodes ago, and we definitely get down a little bit deeper into all of this. So stay tuned for the next episode of the Lose Weight by Eating podcast. Be sure to check out the website at loseweightbyeating.com. I always put up free meal plans and lots of yummy recipes. And if you have any questions, you can always go to Lose Weight by Eating with Audrey Johns on Facebook and comment. I do my very best to answer all comments every day. I hope you have a great week. Be kind to yourself, and please stop talking crap about my listeners because I love them. Okay. Bye.